Good morning, Brian Johnson. I just want to talk a little bit about a video I made for just now for the 3MW for beginners. So for the advanced, they can go back there and look at it, but for this purpose, I think this will be adequate. First of all, I want to use Brian's index for talking about zero and profit and loss. And clearly on Brian's zero, one can see the movements of the major 8 currencies, which are all here. If you go into Brian's index, you can just click on it, and I can't show you just here, but there you are. Great British Pound, US dollar, and the 8 currencies you can see move to a 0 point, which I say profit, break even, loss. That's 0 on the Brian's index. So you can see quite often the movement of the current, and you can see the times, and these are often reflected in times of rollover and triple swap interest. But you can see the times and the currency, and why I think this is a neat little indicator for us to have a look at with our dashboard is you can see straight away that the movement of currency, and it's only Monday opening, and it's moving back up, and will move up for the rollover triple swap on Wednesday. And if you look back and look at the times, you can see some correlation times that are similar to the 0 point. Not all go exactly into 0, but over time they move back from loss into profit and to 0. So the 0 is also shown here in regard to the major 8, and so it's a handy little indicator to say, hey, if I was going to put on a 14 currency hedge and I place the 7x7 cells on at this particular point where that came, you would stand a fairly high chance that you're going to get a lot to go into profit. So you can use it with your dashboard, and you can use it with the zeros here, but you can see the influence of the currencies going there. So it might be a nice little addition to drop it in on your chart. Then you can say, right, it's moving up here. You can confirm it on your basket, there it is there, and you can confirm it on your hedge which way the trend is going. So therefore we have it. Now in regard to the 48, you can see plenty of examples on the 48 on, for example, the Australian dollar. It went down, that's the lowest low and the highest high. So basically it's a pretty simple one, and if you wanted to, we'll just look at it quickly. Navigator weekly. We should have an indicator here. Well, you can put on one of your highest high, lowest low indicators. I'm not going to go through them all now. And do the same thing. This 48 seems pretty accurate. It's sort of more in control with the market rather than the highest high, and the week to week it sort of moves down and up as we go along. So we have a good indication on the square 48. You can see it had hit the bottom of the square perfect, and it does that on nearly all the currencies. So it's a good little one to put another point on rather than just Bosun's lines. You can see that it's likely to go back up to at least that Bosun's point 10487, and certainly if you put a position average, which I did on quite a few large position averages, and I put it on here to combat the drop in the Australian dollar, which was pretty well predictable because of the monthly, and you remember the fib that I showed on the fib. If we look at the fib again, there we are, we have the 61.8, and you can see it's really crossed that, and it's hitting onto the next level. Okay, it's just a general thing that I think that some of you might find it great to look at that, and as a visual explanation, it shows you pretty well on there what's happening now. You can see the three are all, forget the zero, the three have hit the zero here, and it's about -8 pips away. So there you are. Okay, that's all for now. It might give you some ideas of the zero once again, and answer a couple of questions. In my opinion, the use of the Boson's lines or the ADR can be very, very successful in trading, and using the trend to watch the trend, so that you always want to take into mind that the trend on, for instance, the Australian dollar is going into a trend of moving down in the monthly, and therefore you should really keep your entry points at the lower levels rather than the higher levels. So sometimes manually adding in limit orders is excellent, because you take into account your monthly trend a little bit, and that way you tend to keep in tune with the market. Okay, that's all for now. For further information, you can go straight over into 3MW. There's another video, a bigger video for beginners regarding currency movements. Bye for now from Brian, but for you guys that are the experts and the advanced traders, this is my little way of explaining the zero, and for you to put it perhaps on your dashboard as another indicator, so you can actually see the movements and the times, and sometimes a clearer visual thing is a good way. We have our basket, of course, and our hedge to confirm that looks like it's starting to drop again, and it's not a strong trend up, but I suspect by Wednesday it will go back, for instance, to the new ADR points. Okay, bye for now from Brian. Have fun. God bless.